Hi, this is Jan Miller from Newbie System. The Newbie Nexus is a next generation success tool connecting expert mentors with entrepreneurs so that the entrepreneurs can achieve success as they define it. Today, I'm with Janet Benedict. Janet is a speaker, author, and coach. She's the author of an upcoming book, Networking in the Real World. And Janet is the owner of the Canadian Networker. Janet, welcome. And my first question for you is, since we're going to be spending some time together, can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you became successful?
Hi, Jan. Thanks for the welcome. My background originally, I worked in corporate Canada for many years, 20 plus years, and I really enjoyed it. But it was time to get out of the rat race, and I started my own business. And my own business was promotional marketing, and which I enjoyed. But after about 3 years, I was done. I was done with it. I liked people more than I liked things. So I turned my focus to networking and really enjoyed it a lot, and decided to find out what is it people were looking for in networking, and what did they want to get out of it. There are so many solo entrepreneurs, and I fondly call networking the water cooler of the office. It's where you go to meet other people, right?
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. So, what was your first success as an entrepreneur?
I believe my first success would have been back in the promotional marketing days, when I was able to come up with not just a product that people could use, but a whole campaign. What I mean by that is a campaign where they could take a product and make it work to draw in their clients, and use it as a tool and not just a giveaway.
Very nice. So, tell me, was there ever a time when you weren't successful? And what did you learn from that experience?
Okay. Again, in the same industry, so we're consistent here. Um, yes, where I didn't have any success was really in looking after the administrative side of things. A lot of the products that I had to bring in were bought in offshore, or not from Canada, and therefore there was so many legalities, tariffs, duties, taxes, and I got confused. I tried to handle it myself, and that was where I started having some unsuccessful moments, shall we say, or costly moments, because I ended up, paying a lot more for uh, what I was bringing in than I should
And what did you learn from that experience?
have. Delegate. In one word, delegate. Give it to somebody who knows what they're doing. And there's all kinds of, and I recommend that for all entrepreneurs. There are virtual assistants. There are people out there that will do those jobs that you either are not good at or just dislike so much. So give them to somebody else, do what you're good at, and that's where you'll be successful.
It's great. It's great advice. I agree. Why do you think it's important for entrepreneurs to help each other out?
Ah, okay, well, since a lot of entrepreneurs are on their own for the most part, and their focus is building their business, as they're standing side by side. We help each other out by sharing our successes, our our failings, and also just sharing resources and contacts, referrals. Entrepreneurs are, I have found through all my networking efforts, have been the most resourceful and open and just considerate people for the most part, which is really heartwarming.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've found that entrepreneurs can be some of the most giving people, even from a philanthropic perspective as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thanks. So, why did you decide to become an expert mentor with Newbie Nexus?
All right. Bob actually contacted me and talked to me about it. And as I believe I told him at the time, I was already a mentor for a group here in London, Ontario called Women in Business. And I'm also what is called a mentor for the Small Business Center every summer, where I help out up and coming budding entrepreneurs in what's called the summer program. And so I'm working with students from the age of 17 to 29 over the summer, where they develop, plan, and make their own business. So I totally love it, totally love being able to share. And so when Bob contacted me, and then after speaking with you, it was like, I can do that. I do it anyway. So why not? Why not share what we have?
Thank you. Thank you. So, what was a major challenge that you had to overcome as an entrepreneur, and how did you overcome it?
Okay, I think probably one of the biggest things that I had to learn how to overcome was how to balance work and my life. A lot of entrepreneurs work from home. They have their home office, or their offices in their car, wherever they happen to be, or a coffee shop, that too. And we have to learn to balance, because it's really difficult, especially if your business is from a home point of view. How do you close that door and go from, businesswoman to wife, mother, etc.? So that to me was probably the biggest challenge I had to face. I had to learn to set boundaries both ways. Like, when I'm in this room, I'm working. Just, and I even had to teach the dog, don't bark at me when I'm working. It's, this is what I do. And I was able to overcome it. Just, I think, persistence. Mm-hmm. And just setting those boundaries with my family, and also with the people I worked with my clients too. You have to be careful, because you work at home. Sometimes people don't think you have a real job, and you have to let them know. So if a family member might call, our child, and say, what are you doing today? Well, I'm working. Can you do this? Can you pick me up? Like, you have to set those boundaries.
Thank you. That's a lesson that I've been learning over the last year as I transitioned out of corporate America into entrepreneurship. I totally agree. So how important was it for you when you were starting out to have access to industry professionals as you were launching your business?
Absolutely. What I loved that I knew, and most of them I met through networking, was people that had been there. They'd already had their own business, so they could tell me, what are the possible downfalls, and what are the ups in the business. And I really enjoyed spending time with these people. So networking, coffee dates, and just what I love about entrepreneurs is their willingness to share. And that's something that takes you a long, long way.
Thank you. Excuse me. So what advice would you give to entrepreneurs who are just starting out?
Accept the help that's offered. Be very clear and concise in your goals in your strategies. Make sure that you know where you want to go and you put the proper systems in place to get there. By that, I mean, I talk to many people who have a goal. For example, 2017, what's your goal? And they tell me their goal. I am willing to bet that if I call them in June or July, they haven't even looked at their goals since they made it at the beginning of the year. They stick it away in a book, in a corner, in a file, and then they don't look at it. And you have to constantly reevaluate and see, are you on the path you intended to be on? If you are serious about your business, you either will be, or you will find a way to get back on it or make the changes that are necessary. So I really feel that you can get a lot of that information from talking to other entrepreneurs or a business coach. If you are not able to stick to the plan, then get a business coach, get an accountability partner, somebody that you tell, this is what I'm going to do, and they're going to hold you accountable, and you can do the same for them. Do not have to be in the same industry, just have to know where you're heading.
Yeah, that's great advice all the way around. So how do you think that Newbie Nexus helps new entrepreneurs?
Okay. I love that Newbie Nexus is giving entrepreneurs the opportunity to talk to people that have been there, that have been in their shoes and want to help them. And it's just from the moment I heard about it and read, there was a trust level. And that's really important because people only do business with people they know, like, and trust. And I felt that right away, which there's something to be said for that. Felt like my kind of place.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So I'm getting ready to wrap up. I want to thank you for your time today and for your insights and for sharing with our community. So my last question is, this is your opportunity. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you'd like to say to entrepreneurs? Any final thoughts?
I guess if I'm going to, a final thought would be, trust your intuition, reach out to those that are there to help you, and just, enjoy the success, enjoy the journey, because that's what it's all about. It's the journey, and everything else will fall into place.
That's awesome. Thank you, Janet. So, folks, this is Jan Miller from Newbie System. I'm wrapping up with Janet Benedict, who is the Canadian networker. You can find her profile on newbienexus.com. And if you'd like a profile of your own, please contact Newbie Nexus at info@newbienexus, and that's NEWBINEXUS.com. Thanks so much, folks. Have a great day.